Day 4 on the PCT. I'm walking out of Mount Laguna. This is around 6,000 feet of elevation. Don't think there's a lot of really big climbing today. Yesterday was all climbing. Today I think it's just smaller ups and downs. And I stayed at the Mount Laguna Lodge last night. It was great. It was toasty warm, and the temperature did drop to like the upper 20s. I have a 20-degree quilt from Enlightened Equipment, and I've had it for several years now, and I just don't think it's as warm as it was when I first bought it. And for whatever reason, I seem to sleep colder now than I did when I first bought it. So I'm gonna get a new bag at REI when I go to Phoenix at the end of the week. I'm gonna get a 15-degree mummy bag, which has a really good lower rating, and it's made for women, so the women's stuff seems to work better, because I also bought the women's version of the Neo Air X Lite, and it's great. I really like it. My feet are staying warm. I had a 48-inch one for a while, and my feet were always cold. So yeah, I left Hipsy Gypsy and Blue Moon at the cabin, and I left early because I just don't want to sit around and wait. We're gonna meet up later down the trail, and today's gonna be a shorter day in mileage. So, okay. I think that's all the update. Let's go hiking. There's a really nice campground and picnic area up here in Mount Laguna, and the campground was closed, burnt rancheria, but you could totally camp there in the winter. No, I don't think anybody would say anything. It's just not open because it's a warm weather summertime place for camping, because it's the alpine zone. I imagine that's why anyway. Okay, I need to look for the trail. Found it, I think. Let's see if I found it. There's an observatory up here. That's cool. So the plan is to hike to a stop called Pioneer Mail, and it's like 11.5 or 11.8 miles from where we stopped. And then Blue Moon's friend is coming to pick us up. Blue Moon is hiking all the way to Big Bear for her birthday. She's 60 this year, but because she's hiking so far, she has all these really great people assisting her along the way. Blue Moon and Hipsy Gypsy volunteer for the PCTA. So they are a wealth of knowledge. They were kind enough to adopt me to be part of their trail family. They leave and they start out slower, and I like to hit the road. You can ask my oldest about that. He knows I'm always raring to go the minute I'm ready. So yeah, and I like to hike alone. And we hiked together all day yesterday, which was great, but even though I'm an introvert, I'm super chatty. And I need to give people their space, and I like to be alone too, so it is okay. So I just left them and I said, okay, I'll see you guys later in the day. I'll probably see them before Pioneer Mail, but if not, that's cool. So the thing about from Mount Laguna to Julian, the water is super scarce. So I'm currently carrying 4 liters of water again. And Blue Moon's friend is bringing 3 or 4 gallons of water to the trail at Pioneer Mail. And then for sure, it will be 18 miles with no water sources. And full disclosure, Blue Moon's friend is driving. We're going to skip 5 miles of the trail because tomorrow there's rain and snow in the forecast, and it's just too bloody cold. So we'll pick it back up 5 miles further north, which is a lower elevation. That way at least there won't be snow. And once I get back to my truck in Campo, I can drive up here and I can do that 5 mile section as an out and back day hike if I really, really want to. Hipsy Gypsy said I should because it's really pretty. So yeah, I'll make that decision on Friday. At this rate, at this pace, I should be to Julian by Thursday. Having a lot of fun. Wish you were here. I decided to wear my merino wool hoodie today, and I'm so much warmer that I'm gonna take off my puffy coat. Yeah. I might have to get some more of these, or fleece or something. Yeah, let me get to it. I've already hiked a mile. That only took about 20 minutes. And I love this thing. Can I tell you? I love it so much. And it is not a fanny pack. It is the Fantastic Pack. THP. This is a fantastic pack. My THP. Okay, 1 mile in, and I took off my puffy coat because I'm wearing a mid-weight merino wool hoodie, and I'm warmer, and it's not windy today, which is very helpful. And I just have to tell you, this pack, which is no longer a fanny pack, it is a fantastic pack. It holds so much stuff and takes some of the weight off of my back. So I have named it the Fantastic Pack, or the TFP for short. So last night at the Mount Laguna Lodge, the caretaker told the story about the unexploded ordnance signs that we saw on the PCT yesterday. So some years ago, there was a military plane transporting something like 290 explosives, and it crashed in the mountains there. I have no idea if people survived or not, but they had to go out. They had to shut down that section of the PCT for, I forget how long, he said. And people had to be rerouted because they had to send in people to recover the unexploded bombs. They recovered all of them except for 2. They just couldn't, there were 2 of them that they couldn't find that were on the inventory list. And so now, that's why the signs are there, because they just don't know where they are. And I thought that was really fascinating. It feels a bit like the White Mountains of New Hampshire. All the way up there, going that way. That is a straight, pretty much a straight drop off. So, trail is wide enough for me, but, well, it's wide enough, but this is one of those spots where you just want to pay attention. That's nice. I learned this trick from my trail friend, Hipsy Gypsy. Just smash them into the ground and they stand up. For lunch today, I'm having Spam and cheesy mashed potatoes. I found a water source that is a spigot, and it's reliable, and so might as well have a cooked lunch, right? There aren't that many water sources to cook from. Back on the trail. That was a really tasty lunch. Idaho powder potatoes and Spam. Yummy. Now I'm carrying 5 liters of water. You might be wondering, how much does that weigh? 11 pounds. But it's okay, because it's better to have too much water than not enough water. And that's one of the reasons I decided to cook some food, because that took off at least half a pound from the pack. You know, it's give and take. And every time you burn fuel, that gets lighter. So, 11 pounds of water. Boom. What are you gonna do? You don't want to die of thirst in the desert. I had a momentary fright until I remembered that I passed a sign over that way saying they were going to do a controlled burn. So here's hoping that's what it is. 2 days ago in Lake Marina, there was a Marine Corps veteran that stopped by the store, and he said that one of the tricks they had for long marches in the desert to not feel thirsty was to put a tiny pebble under their tongue, and that kept their mouth producing saliva. So I'm gonna try it. Why not? I don't know if this is tiny enough. We'll see. What do you think? Dog or cat? There's another one. This pebble under the tongue trick is bomb. It totally works. Should have kept my tongue piercing. It probably does the same thing. I sound like I'm talking with a tongue piercing. I waited at Pioneer Mail for Blue and Gypsy to show up, and I decided I'm gonna keep hiking because they're actually skipping 7 miles of the trail. I don't want to skip all those miles. And I mean, I don't want to day hike 7 miles out and back 14. So maybe I'll see them tomorrow, or maybe I'll see them later tonight. It's like 2:45 now, I think, and I could hike in the dark for a bit. But the next trailhead is only 7 miles, and I don't feel bad. And yeah, I just don't want to skip all these miles kind of defeats the hiking your own hike thing. Plus the next 24 and a half miles to Scissors Crossing is pretty much all downhill. It only took 6 hours for me to go 12 miles today. So I'm gonna do there's campsites coming up. And this picnic area didn't have water a few days ago, but now it does. So I still have plenty of water. Anyway, we'll see where I get. There's a rainstorm coming tomorrow. That's the only bummer. But it's also water. So we're low enough in elevation that it will only be rain. It won't be snow, which is good news. I'm already glad I didn't skip this because this is really cool. Look at that view. It's incredible. Somewhere in the distance, I think it's the Salton Sea, but the controlled burn made it hazy, so I don't know. Okay, I'm done walking for the day. I walked 18.35 miles. My feet hurt and the sun is setting. And I'm gonna quick set up my tent. Get cozy. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. Woo! All right. I will see you in the morning.